Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome to the next edition in live streams with Animals in Denial. I'm Janine. Christian is here in the background at the moment. I promise you, he is here. How is everyone? I hope everyone is good. We are coming in with some updates today, just so you are all aware. So let's see, where do we start? So a couple of things. I know I mentioned the last time that we were streaming like this, that we would be having some releases coming soon and some more updates. So just a couple of things. The next album that we'll be releasing will be called Rust Covered Lust. That's going to be releasing later in January. Now, the first single is going to be coming out on September the 27th for a song called Koi, which he might have done that live for you already, maybe once. But so that will be releasing on September 27th, and then of course there will be 2 more singles coming after that, as well as a video that will be releasing, and then of course the full EP will come out in January. Everything will be available on all the streaming services: Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, you name it, they're all there. It's on every single one of them. You can also download them. You can go to the website, animalsindenial.com. There will be also updates there. If you haven't already, you can sign up for the email list. We will be starting weekly newsletter, monthly newsletters coming soon. Likely to start in October or November. Not an exact date yet, but that's going to be starting, so you can sign up there, and you also get a free download of a remix that was done by a friend of Christian's named Ray Trek from Japan. It's an amazing remix of the song Operator, which will be also one of the singles releasing in the next few months as well. So Christian's in the background talking. So that's one update I wanted to let you guys all know about. Also, I don't know if you all know about the YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel, if you are looking at the at portion of it, is at Animals in Denial Band. So if you get on YouTube and find the channel, there is where you'll find we stream this stream shows there for one. Also, you will find content that is being posted weekly from Christian. Different things, talking about different tools he uses, albums, songs, just a myriad of things as far as what he likes and what it is for him. So definitely check that out. There's also some older videos on there that you can find from a old practice we did at a club that a friend of ours owns, and we've done a lot of stuff. So you'll find some stuff there. That'll also be where you find the Inside of Me video and future videos that we release. Let's see, what else? Oh, I know. We are still looking for guitar players. So if you are in the vicinity, however close, whether it's Asheville or Charlotte or Spartanburg or Greenville or what have you, anywhere where you can travel easily to here without issue, we are still looking for a guitar player to do live streams with. Likely to be at least one live stream a month with additional players. So yes, guitar players, we are looking for you.
We're looking for you.
I just realized that you are on that stool and I can't see your head. So I'll have to fix that. So anyways, Christian is here. Those, I guess, were all the major updates. Any updates you can think of? I think I've got everything. The weekly content coming out on YouTube. Talking about
Mm.
tools and albums and songs. Tool of the week, song of the week, album of the week. Those are released every week, one each day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. There will be some more stuff coming out too that just some really kick ass playing from Christian, of course. So that and the
I
singles.
hurt my finger.
Yes, he hurt his finger. I almost said a very inappropriate thing. Inappropriate word?
It's
Maybe.
all the
Let's see if we can bring him into this frame a little better. Maybe. At least you can see his face now.
it's all the slidey. I've been doing a lot of slidey stuff lately. So
Oh my god. I know.
the fingernail thing rolled under. I had to dig it out.
I'm just going to say something real
So
quick.
it hurt. It still kind of hurts. Chords kind of suck. Single stringy stuff is not bad, but sliding sucks. But it's all good. I should be better about filing my nails.
But he does pretty damn good to play through, that's for sure. And no, there will be no Freebird. We don't generally do covers here. Maybe on a rare occasion, but it's not going to be Freebird if it's a cover.
Yeah, I have reasons for that, like that are deeper than like. There's a lot of stuff that it's like there was a thing, for for a few months I've been trying to well. I downplay a lot of stuff that just because I don't want to do it, or it's some stuff, and it's like I'll make struggles about stuff like but like covers are just one of those things that
It's kind of
it's
really.
fine if you don't have anything to say. I don't have anything against anybody doing covers or anything like that, and like I have interest in doing it, but like usually every time I start to make a cover, what happens is I find something else that I want to do. Like I come up with another song, and so I just start working on that. And so I have a bunch of covers that I started. I started a Whole Lot of Love cover. I even got to where I started demoing stuff for it, and then then I think I did Danger Danger and some other stuff. And so it was like I kind of fell into some other stuff. Um, so it's like I know eventually I'll do some covers. I know it's gonna happen. Um, I just want an interesting way to do it, that's got an approach that makes sense. That doesn't just sound like I'm karaokeing the thing. Like Failure's cover of Enjoy the Silence comes to mind. It was on a tribute record that they did for Depeche Mode. Music for the Masses, I believe is the name of it. But like, it's the best cover I've ever heard of Enjoy the Silence. It's really awesome. Doesn't sound like the song at all. It's the song, but it's got its own thing to it. Like it's like you could have never heard this and you would like it. Like it's one of those things. Orgy's cover of Blue Monday was really good too. That's another one that comes to mind. That's like does something different from the song, but is the same. But the Failure, Enjoy the Silence cover, that's I have never heard a cover that is better than that. That really song that still gets me. And fun fact, it's the only song that my late grandfather actually heard me play before he died. But yeah, it was like that's how powerful that cover was for me. I just played it all the time, instead of the original version. It's one of those songs.
Yeah,
one of those versions. But like that's why I don't approach. That's why I haven't done the cover thing, because it's like I don't want to just karaokeify something, and I keep coming up with a bunch of ideas. It's like I said, I'll start. I started a cover of Mary Jane by Rick James, and
oh, that would be a good one.
yeah, I started it. I demoed some guitar stuff and done some stuff, and then like I think I did Drive Beat. It's like I was in like
You started a cover and it took you somewhere else.
I started doing like the funky stuff, and then it was like, ooh, let's go do that. So I just went down a path for a minute, but yeah, like that's. I'm not against covers or anything like that. It's just I have so many ideas that keep coming to me, and it's like the next two albums after. So after the Crash Course, actually, there's going to be two more Crash Course releases, and you're going to then see a new album of some stuff that I'm cooking up right now, actually. Um, and it's not even a part of this. Like I've got a, I could show you. I have folders on this here Mac Pro that this thing's done a lot of work. It has 4 hard drives. It has 4 drives in it. There's an SSD.
That thing's a beast.
The SSD I hooked up. So the 5.1 Mac Pro, the cheese grater. Actually, no, it's not even a 5.1. It's a 4.1 that's been flashed. I think it's a 5.1 so it could put a newer operating system on it. But understand, it's an 8-core machine. It has 128 gigabytes of RAM. There's an SSD that I stuck in on the where you plug in the second optical drive, and so then the rest of my drive bays are loaded, are filled up with hard drives. So it's a beast of a recording machine, and like I can just like I never run out of space this way. So it's used for mainly for just tracking. So I record everything. There's a kind of pre-mix thing that happens. This is why I don't have to go check mixes in the car anymore.
That was fun,
talk
though.
about this more later, but like one of the things that I did to mitigate that was um, there's a machine, the Mac Pro's there for tracking and recording, and I'll do a pre-mix with that computer. Then once I'm happy as I am going to get with all the tracks, the layers and stuff like that, then I move them over to my i9 iMac, which another 128 gigabyte machine that has lots of cores.
There's a lot of machines in
8
here.
8 cores, 10 cores. So they've got these actually no, that's the 8-core version. That's because the 2019, because you can still change the drives in those. I have an issue with computers. I can't change the drives, and that's why it's like this is why I'm dipping my toe slowly into the Apple Silicon thing. Like they've kind of iPhoned those Macs to me at this point. So at this point, like I'm basically buying a laptop and a desktop, and after a few years when the processors where I just get rid of the machine and stuff. Basically in the past I've just been able to down purpose the machine or something, because I've still got PowerPC machines that still do work for me around here, because it's like there's versions of plugins and VSTs and stuff like that or in hell some cases DAWs that never got updated, the company's died, blah blah blah, but the thing still does a cool thing. It's still a cool trick. And so I keep those things, and then plus there's older versions. It's like I've been at this thing for a while, so I've got it's like I used to mix, I run Windows and Mac, but mostly a Mac house, and so it's like, but over the years it's like I've got software that came out for Leopard, that works on a Leopard machine or a Snow Leopard machine, but won't do anything newer. And the same thing with there's certain applications that I've still got I keep an XP box running, because there are literally some things that I did old Vegas software when it was Sonic Foundry, Acid, Pro, those things, like it's like I'll still use those things on XP because that's where they work the best and that's what they do. And it's if you need to call up an old mix or an old track or something like that, you can do it, and you don't have to worry about things, compatibility issues and stuff that come up and stuff. It's like just keep the old box fired up when you need it. It's really not that bad. You can pick up an XP machine for like $10.
Oh my God! Really? I didn't
all
think
I
about
paid
that.
for that. It's like
$10 for a computer.
And it's
really?
Like, XP. It's like 32-bit version of XP maxed out 4 gigs of RAM that they couldn't see anyway. So it's like
That's awful.
it's basically it's like Acid is a really cool tool if you know what you're doing, but it's not the end all. It's not. It's a. Think of it like a visual MPC That's really like that, and like that's the way I use Ableton Live too. It's like it's the same kind of thing for me. It's like I can't mix in those programs. I don't like mixing in those programs because your mixes never translate for whatever reason. But the noise canceling, the way the algorithm works, and the way noise canceling works inside of Acid is, and every version of Acid is slightly different. So, and I can prove this because I'm not going to because I don't I don't. There's certain secrets to the sauce that I'm not giving up. You know, it's like maybe I sampled something that I didn't clear. And if you see the name of it, you'll know what it is. But if you listen to it, if you played it in a court of law, you wouldn't be able to figure it out. Like there's a song called Shallow that has a sample from a song in it that everybody knows the song, but the way that I pulled the thing apart and chopped it and cut it up and stuff, which I learned that from a trick from my old buddy Ryan. That dude was a master at crafting whole songs from samples, like in a way that sounded nothing like where it came, where the samples came from. So there's no way you'd ever be able to. It's a completely different thing. You would never know, and so it's like, but Acid's really good for stuff like that. Ableton, I tend to use that when the loops or the samples are just, it's all stuff that I've either sequenced myself or it really doesn't take that much where I'm wanting to kind of use it like a drummer in the room. So it's like the way that I did a lot of the stuff, the 2016 batch of stuff. And, you know, it's a lot of that stuff was set up Ableton on another computer with an interface, run that into the main recording rig there and hit go, and then you're recording your guitars and the drums at the same time. So it was a fun feel. It kind of felt like a band and stuff, and it was an idea about, like, it was initially started as an idea for me to figure out how to play live and make things, but it's like that's another thing too that I came to. It's like I've done a lot of work to, you know, get good at singing and playing at the same time, because I'm like, well, yeah, that'd be cool, but like that actually, like, that it caused me to make a realization that it's like, oh wait, I remembered why I didn't bother to do this much before. I don't, it's because I don't really think I want to be a great frontman when I'm performing. And to me, the greatest of frontmen don't play things at the same time a lot when they're doing that. Majority of that time they have the microphone, because you need to emote, like, and it's like I don't really care who it is. It's like you can't get the nuances of the vocal and stuff like that quite right when you're doing that at the same time, unless that's how the song was envisioned and stuff. And like, it to me looks, also feels like hiding behind the instrument and stuff. Like, I get it if you're kind of, if that's your thing and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm not throwing shade at anybody or anything like that. It's just I figured out for me, I feel like what my idea that is a great front and blah 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 is to just have instruments when you need them. You know, it's like not as a, I don't want to use the thing as a crutch or anything like that and stuff, because it's like I played all the stuff on the record. It's like I really, you know, it's like I don't, and that's kind of part of the issue I've had with some live band members in the past and stuff like that. It's like I don't, you know, it's like I'm at my best when I feel playing this stuff, when I feel like playing whatever it is that I want to play. And it's kind of a blessing and a curse of being on the spectrum, because if I'm genuinely not interested in playing guitar, I kind of suck. When I'm into it, though, we can make magic. But when I'm not, I just kind of meander around. Oh yeah, we're doing this and stuff. And a lot of times it's like, you know, it's like you'll have, I hate it. It's with some bands, because it's like, you know, it's like I almost need a band that's gonna jam and come up with songs. I almost need me to go to that place. Like I need to go to their house, but it's like come to my house. It's like, okay, oh, you're ready to jam. Oh, okay. I don't really feel like doing this. Like it's like I'm thinking. It's not because like I don't like to do it. It's just like usually at the time it's like I'm not thinking about it right then. I don't care then. Usually when I want to jam, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Um,
3, 4, 5.
I don't know what that is,
6.
but like that's sometimes when the spirit moves me. But like when there's a show or there's a performance or there's something like that, it's like I'm into it and I get there and I do what I'm gonna do. If I'm recording, it's like yes, like and that's mostly recording and performing are mostly what I think about. Like a lot of times it's like because it's like you know it's kind of what I my favorite parts of this whole music thing. Um,
And when he's on, he's ridiculous. I remember he recorded tracks, was it guitar tracks for 3 different songs? He recorded 3 different songs in 30 minutes of me leaving the house to go to the store and coming back. And I was literally gone like 30 minutes. And I come back and he's like, I did 3 new tracks. And I was like, what? I mean, he's literally ridiculous. He just does that stuff. I can't leave him alone for 5 seconds because everywhere that you go in our house, pretty much, he has a guitar stashed somewhere that he can pick up. And if I walk away for more than 5 minutes, by the time I've come back, he's already picked up a guitar and he's playing something that he just came up with. Every time. Every single time. See. See, it's not even plugged up and it sounds cool.
yeah, I dropped my pick, so it's not as loud. I didn't think you'd be able to hear that. But anyway,
I could hear it.
but yeah, like that's kind of like it's not anything I say that's for me to that I like prefer for myself and stuff like that. I'm not bashing anybody else or hating on anybody else for how they do it. It's just I respect everybody else and their way of doing it, and I just ask that people respect the way that I do it. And
Yeah.
I promise it will be interesting, whatever it is that I produce for you to listen to, because it's interesting to me. And that's kind of
That's
why I
what
did it.
counts.
Like it's, I won't ever put anything out that I'm not. This isn't the best thing, and it's kind of the thing. Why I put the stuff out in the first place. It's like, given the gear that I had, it's like, it wasn't that I didn't have quality gear. It's just for what I wanted to do. The aspiration, the ambition, was bigger than what I had to do. It's like it took more stuff. And so, I did the best. Like, I think without completely re-recording everything and stuff, I think I did the best job that I can do, and I feel proud.
You should.
I'm really proud of how they turned out. I feel good about these being representations for what these songs are. And it's like I'm ready to move. It's like I've moved on from this stuff too. It's kind of been fun too because I've got to relearn how to play all of these riffs and stuff from that stuff because it's like I don't commit. There's 111 or 113,
Something like that. 111, 112.
111 or 112 Animals in Denial songs that have been published and released.
That is
And
a lot.
I don't remember all of those songs in my head all the time. I remember that I did them. I remember the song, but I don't remember always how I actually played it. Like it's like when I decide like a live band thing. So it's one of those things. It's like I'll have people that are we've got ads looking for guitar players and they're asking me, okay, what songs do you want me to learn? Well, there's 12 out now. Start with any of those that resonate with you because it's like it's like those are what I've been focused on are the stuff that's been re-released and stuff like that now and stuff. But it's like I come up with set lists and things like that and stuff for shows and stuff. And once I know what the set list is, then I go and I relearn or refigure those songs and stuff like that. And like it's one of those things. Like I was vindicated. Me and a buddy of mine were watching a Rush documentary, and they were talking about getting ready for a tour and like having to go relearn the songs. And it's like, yeah, see,
Even
like,
Rush.
and it's not because it's like you forget how to play. There's nothing to do with that. It's just you're not playing those songs like you're making new stuff. So I can remember what the new riff thing that I'm doing that I just recorded on the song that I just recorded, like, because it's like there's a time delay from, it's like I wish I could put this stuff out as fast as I could make it and that you could have time to absorb it, but there's really not that kind of time. Like, you really, it's, yeah, like, it's really not good.
No, you need
It's
time
like,
to absorb, and you put things. You can
and
write them too fast.
especially nowadays too, it's like there's so much stuff that's vying for your attention, and so it's like, to add, it's a big ask, to ask somebody to listen to this stuff like every day. It's like I literally have 972 new songs that, they're not done or polished, um,
But they're
or
there.
anything like that. But like,
That's
you
intense.
know, they're at
Nine.
the point where I could put out a new album every month.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while.
Jesus. 900. That's insane.
Yeah, I had this idea to try to break the Guinness Book of World Records by releasing a song or two every day, of the year from leap year. Like, but then I'm just like, no, because I want people to actually listen to it. Like, I don't want it to just turn into this freak show stuff. And at the same time, I also want it. I also want the stuff to come out. I want it to see the light of day. I don't want it to sit in a vault somewhere and then like I die and then people.
Oh God.
No, I just want to. I want to eat it up, but like, it's like a nice cadence. A nice thing and stuff like that. And it's like it'll be. And I'm working on other ways and avenues and stuff to be able to get stuff out to people who want to listen. It's like that's the main thing. It's like I want I want this stuff to make an impact. So in keeping with that idea, there's new stuff and like the 900 and something songs. It's like those aren't even something like maybe one or two of them. A few of them might make it onto these two new albums, that are coming, and I have names for them. Um, I've even got new songs for them, and so there's a new batch of songs that is not included. Actually, it might be. We might be closer to 1,000
Oh my
unreleased
God.
new things that are going on, and that's not including my. Like, I'm not.
This is
I'm
my
not
life
even
every day.
padding this. Like, that's the thing. Like, I wish like I was just like no, like it's almost.
It probably is close
It's a
to
lot of
1,000.
it's. Yeah, because I've got like 20 some. Yeah, see, it's like the problem is it's like I'm still finding new bands for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I know it's like you're supposed to, stop at like, the high school to college age around, that
Really?
never happened to me. Yeah, statistically, people tend to
Oh.
stop finding new music after a certain age, and I've passed that age. And
That kind of makes
I
sense.
still
I
keep
get it.
finding new music, and there's
Yeah.
the internet, and you just start digging around for music stuff, and oh, it's out there. That's why it's like I tell people, it's like,
Oh yeah.
every time you see something saying a genre's dead or something's wrong with the genre or it's getting stale or whatever, it's like, no, just quit looking on top 10 Spotify list and like just go, go dig around through Bandcamp,
Yeah.
pop around the socials and stuff. They're out there. It's like I recently, I've got a new favorite rapper. I'm gonna be doing a thing talking about this because it's like people go raps no, there's plenty of it's independent.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
people
what
have
people
their own
forget.
labels and stuff. It's like, and it's out there, and it's like, it's the same thing in the rock world. It's like the stuff that's passing for rock and heavy like it, okay, but there's stuff that's out there that's going further. It's like I figured, it's like if I'm out here, there's got to be other people out here doing this stuff. It can't just be me that's doing something interesting, and I'm coming like I'm finding newer stuff every day, to the point where it's like I think I've even like with the '90s style stuff. it's like I'm moving on to a point, but it's like that stuff will always be in my stuff. It's like when I move on, I don't leave something behind. I take all of those things with me. I just add. It's like to me, making music and stuff is like being a a traveling sorcerer or wizard or something where it's like you've got this bag of tricks that you've got that you're collecting and stuff like that. And like to me, the more music I listen to, the more tricks that I get to add to my bag and stuff, and they get formed and manipulated and you know
Put together.
re absorbed into my stuff. So it's like they're never exactly what they. That's kind of like my approach to learning. Like when I learn new songs, it's like you know first few days I'll learn it and I want to play it exactly the same way, and then after that, after I got it, I then go into this. Well, how would I approach a part like this, or how would I do something with this? And this just it's constantly like it's like I want to do something different with the thing. So it's like I want to absorb the technique and the thing, not the or the essence of what it is, the essence of the part, the essence of whatever that is, and then have that go into my own thing. So that way, it's like it's not just it's not copying.
Right,
stuff.
you're not trying
it's
to
like,
sound
to me,
exactly
it's how you
like
build
it.
something else, and like I can't help it with every instrument I play. Like that's kind of the approach. That's my approach with sound design. It's my approach with guitar playing, with drumming, with bass playing, even with singing. Like that's and that goes right into production. So it's like yes, I'm love collaborating with people. I work well with other producers and stuff, but we're producing something together. It's not they're doing it and I'm just I'm phoning some parts in. It's like nah, no. That's not how that works.
I don't think that could ever work that way for you.
No, because I like
because you did production, you couldn't.
It's like and like it's like even when me and Siebold work together and stuff. It's like well, what else do you do to it? Like, cause he just knows. It's like I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna mess with it. I have to rejigger. So, but I love working with people, other producers, other musicians and stuff. And I'm gonna make it a there's more of an effort that's gonna be made after now that things are a little bit more stable and solid and stuff. We do have a move at some point coming up.
Details on that later.
Yeah, details on that later because this is a wait and see kind of see what happens kind of approach as to timelines. But it's gonna happen. I for so many reasons. For one, I need to find a accredited Taekwondo school that's closer that works. That's
accredited meaning World Taekwondo Federation accredited, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So your rank and
WTF.
and like I know what I'm I'm better with that. I feel better with that. It's the system I've been into. Like it's the last one I've been into. I've tried other things. I've done martial arts for a long time, since I was a little kid, off and on and stuff like that. And I've trained different styles and stuff. I just prefer Taekwondo.
I love it.
It's not. I don't feel like it's the greatest or it's superior to some other fighting stuff or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. It's just the one that I've done wushu and kung fu.
I'm good with Taekwondo.
Yeah, like
that suits me.
I just that one tends to it's like whatever it is, it works for me. I feel like a Power Ranger. Anyway.
Really? A Power Ranger?
In Taekwondo,
oh my God!
You
Why?
you get to do Power Ranger stuff.
Are you the green one or the red one?
No, I'm the White Ranger.
You're the White Ranger. Wait, didn't the green one turn into the white one?
Yes, but when he was the Green Ranger,
I just so
at first,
told on
he
myself.
was evil. But he came in when he was the Green Ranger. He came in and he like roasted. He cooked all the Rangers like they were nothing. Like he ran through. It's like one, and he just was like, it was like okay.
I only ever watched
Tommy's
the first.
The man, and like rest in peace,
Tommy. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah, I only ever
like
watched the
kid.
first, like, whatever, the first ever of Power Rangers, and then after that, I was quickly grown out of that. So I
Yeah.
just told everybody how old I was. But anyway, I don't care. That's messed up. Power
I
Rangers.
stayed on until they went to the
Well,
like
you had a few more years of that.
there was the Zeo Rangers, and then it went to the car thing. Like I tagged out after the cars. The
Cars?
first car, yes.
I remember
yeah,
seeing
like
something one time about some dinosaur thing. Was there dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now I know about the other ones because
I don't have any clue. I literally was
fortunately
gone from it.
had kids and they were into it, and so it's like I got to keep up with things and stuff like that. So
That one, I hate to say it. That Power Rangers glad.
like I'm not watching Power Rangers. I'm watching it with the boy.
I'm just glad
the
Power
kids
Rangers
want
didn't
to watch
hang
it,
on
so
as,
I gotta
as hard
watch it
as
because
anime.
they're watching it.
Like I said, I hate to say it, but I'm glad Power Rangers didn't hang on for them like anime did. I'm good with that. I can handle anime. I can handle Dragon Ball and
Anime's
all
awesome.
this new stuff.
Look, I still
but-
watch just straight up cartoons. Like I'm not even joking. Like
Well, yeah, I've done that forever.
Um,
That's never changed. Cartoon Network was my favorite channel besides MTV. Like through high school and college and then some. So, whatever. I still like Bugs Bunny. Shut up.
I never got into Looney Tunes like that. Like that was never.
Well, I'm older than
It's
you.
like, man, put on the Marvel Action Hour. It was Iron Man. And
When did that come out?
Fantastic
I
Four.
must have been too grown up for that.
It was in the 90s.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
Well,
I wasn't
that's
doing
when
all
I
that in
seen
the
it. I don't know
90s.
if it was reruns or anything like that, because it's like there was, sometimes where it's like channels would show like old cartoons that had been canceled or whatever, but like they had whatever rights to show them, and so they were just, on there. So I thought it was a new show that they were making. It was like, no, it actually came out. Blah blah blah.
I watched.
Like I thought X Men the animated series was the first time like X Men had been animated,
No.
and it wasn't. And then I
No.
saw the goofy version of it before, and like,
Yeah.
remember where Wolverine had a British accent
Yeah.
or an Australian accent? It was like it was funny. It was, like,
something.
he's from Canada.
I don't think they. Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Wolverine's from Canada. He should,
"Oi."
if he has any accent, it should either be a Canadian or French, not anything else. Those are the only two that make sense because he's from Canada. Like he didn't just randomly move there. He's from there. Like that's just it. Makes no damn sense. They weren't thinking when they made these. Obviously, they
They
were
weren't
just.
thinking when they made a lot of movies. Like remember that Jason movie where Jean Grey basically beats Jason? Like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
was that Seven?
Yeah, I think so. But like it was,
Yeah, she
like,
was
she's got-
definitely Jean Grey style.
yeah, because it's like,
I'm
she's
don't even. You know
telekinetic.
what? Yeah,
and
she sees visions, right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
sees like so. It's like
That's very
know,
Jean Grey.
so it was like Jason Voorhees versus Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Let me see.
She beat his ass too.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
She
He still managed
when
to
she
come back
choked
because all
him-
he needs is a lightning strike to
choked him
come
with
back.
a bunch of vines.
Oh yeah.
Then
That's
she
right.
chokes him out with a lamp.
Spoiler
like,
if you've never seen
lamp cord. She brings it
Friday
down,
the 13th
chokes him,
7.
hangs him up, busts a hole in the floor, and then drops him through the floor to the basement. And like he comes back,
Yep.
she destroys the staircase. She gets in the basement. Eventually, she's like, there's a wood stove burning and like some
She
gasoline.
threw knives at him. Don't forget the nails.
Oh yeah, she threw nails.
She shot
at him.
nails at
Yep,
him.
she did that, and then like after that, she like sprays him with gas, and then
Makes the
moves
furnace
fire
like
from
lit him on fire.
the wood stove
Gotta love old
to
horror
set
movies.
him on fire, and she yeah, and then she at the end like he comes back again like on the dock and stuff, and like she raises her dead dad
Who drowned?
who drowned, who she
in that
drowned,
water. But
raises
yeah.
him back from the dead, and he takes Jason down with him and stuff like that. And, like,
Yeah.
she saves the day. Like literally, like she's basically Jean Grey. It's like this turned into it like an oh yeah, and then there was the one scene where like she was squeezing the mask on Jason's
Oh yeah,
head so
smushing.
tight that,
Oh,
like,
that was gross.
pus was
though.
coming out of
Ew.
the back like around the mask where it was
That
around
guy's
and stuff like
clearly
that.
rotten.
And like Jason turns like what the oh like
He was
he had that
stunned.
look on his
He
face
was
like
stunned, like
holy
someone
crap,
had him.
what is happening here?
He's not used to someone who's actually capable of having him.
No.
Everyone else always fails.
Yeah.
What one was
So
it?
it's
That
like-
what was Manhattan after that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because it doesn't take much for that guy to come back to life. All he needs is something to electrocute him a little bit, and he's back.
Julius almost won, man.
I know, man.
He
Julius
almost won.
did
He
not
was
win, though.
deuce,
Julius,
deuce, and then he said,
yeah, but then he punched Julius' head off his whole body, and
Yeah,
it landed on the cop car in the alley where everyone else happened to be. That was convenient, by the way.
It was.
Don't get me started on Jason Voorhees, man. I'm not even. I can't even like.
They gave him the ability to teleport because it's like
No, he walked.
no
somehow.
no, but see, this is what I'm saying. Like this is where it doesn't make any sense.
He
It's like a lot of
walked.
those '80s movies don't make any sense, and it's like you get like
Well,
the part where but
no,
no,
you
he
know what?
teleported because Julius climbs to the top of the building. You don't see Jason climb to the top of the building. Jason's just there when he gets to the top of the building.
Well, that's kind of fucked up. I didn't.
So he
realize.
just teleported, and then he gets to the
So now he
bottom of the-
teleports.
he gets to the bottom of the building to choke the cop out after knocking his head
Oh
like
yeah.
that quick.
Okay, yeah,
they gave him power.
See, like I said, I have so many issues with the Friday the 13th movies. Jason Voorhees drowned as a child. That's all I can say.
I mean, some of them you just gotta
Jesus.
ignore, like the Terminator thing too, like where John Connor sends his dad back, Kyle Reese, to
Save his
save
mom.
his mom, who
And-
then impregnates his mom
With him?
It's like, but apparently,
sound kinda crazy.
Apparently, there's a new anime on Netflix that is
What?
Terminator Zero. That's supposed to fix the plot hole. I'm wondering if that's the plot hole they're talking about. So I'm gonna watch it.
Or
and
is
I'm
it the
gonna
plot
find out,
hole
but-
from the new Terminator movie that they made with the chick
I don't.
Terminator?
That
'Cause
Terminator.
that was ridiculous.
I don't want to talk about that Terminator.
That doesn't
movie.
make
That movie
sense.
doesn't exist. Like
It doesn't flow at all with the other ones.
It doesn't
Because
exist.
it completely obliterates what the whole thing was about in the first place.
Look, I'm still angry that they took away the Sarah Connor Chronicles. It was
Yes.
just getting good, and
It
they
was.
ended on a cliffhanger. It's like
Bastards.
V. It's like Farscape. It's like
Oh yeah.
Firefly, like,
was it?
they
oh,
do
Firefly.
this
That's what it was. Firefly.
with everything. Like everything that is good.
Anything that comes on
you
sci-fi
have it,
doesn't
and
last. They take it away.
They take it away.
Yep.
Except for
At least-
Stargate Atlantis, that was awesome, but that could have
Yeah.
ran a little bit longer.
Stargate.
That could have went longer. Like we could have seen more from the ancients and stuff like
Yep.
that. Like it could have got deeper, but
Could have. At least
Like,
Farscape,
you
they
know.
made a movie too, didn't they? To kind of like give
Kinda.
closure. Kind of.
Kinda.
Yeah. Kind of.
And like I even thought of how to fix, Star Wars. You go back and you go, hey, yeah, we thought like these metachlorians, like we thought that was a thing, but then we found a rock that had more metachlorians in it than every Jedi that existed, and so we figured out that was like a false positive thing, so we don't even look at that anymore. Like that's all you would need to do to fix Star. Like that's what's really wrong with Star Wars. That's it. It's nothing other stuff like other junk. It's just that's stupid. It's like the Force. Everybody, it was better in the first two movies, the first three movies, where everybody was connected to the Force.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. But like
You
it's
say
like,
first three
that's
movies like 5, 6,
the original
4, 5, and
trilogy,
6.
4,
Okay.
5, and 6.
Just making sure.
And I know it's not popular. I know why people like Empire Strikes Back better, but I just like Return of the Jedi because Luke got that cool black Jedi suit and the green lights. Dude, it was just, and he was smooth with
New
it.
Hope
Like,
was
it
good.
was
They're
like
all-
it was nice.
Look, those are the
And
OGs,
he wasn't
and they're all
whining.
good.
You know?
They're all good. Those are the OGs. They
Like
were all
you-
good. That's what
you
I
know,
grew up knowing as
it's like
Star
I
Wars.
just-
Like that's it. I like the people that
I don't
episode 1,
hate
2, and
the
3.
Prequels.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
hate the prequels,
no.
but those came
But-
out when I was in middle school, so
Yeah, I was.
I just
I
don't
don't know.
like the metachlor. Like that's the thing
didn't
that
care.
really breaks the thing down. And Jar Jar Binks, like that's a stupid
Jar Jar.
character. George Lucas is really to blame for Star Wars being messed up. It really
I
is
will.
George Lucas. It's not Disney. They didn't do anything. They really didn't. Like George Lucas had already did that. Remember the special edition Star Wars trilogy and like the despecialized version that people did where they, fixed it. And
Yeah.
got rid of those stupid scenes and stuff and like
Yeah,
just it's one of those things.
there should have been more Wookiees.
I kind of like the Ewoks though.
Yeah, no, Ewoks were one of my favorite things
But
when I was a
yeah,
kid. So,
they're-
like, I saw Star Wars and my brain saw Ewoks. So, no, I get it. That's all I thought about. It's okay, But anyways,
and speaking of that, like RoboCop, the first RoboCop is really messed up.
oh my god,
Like the original RoboCop, not the new redo. The new redo isn't that
No.
bad.
The OG
Actually,
from the
like,
80s.
it's not a bad movie either, but the
Oh,
OG
boy.
from the 80s, it's like, wow.
I remember that. I think
Holy
my mom went to the.
crap.
I think my mom went to the movie theater to see that when I was a kid. Because
Yeah, like
RoboCop was her jam. She liked that movie.
Yeah, I urge people to go rewatch RoboCop.
The
Just-
original
yeah, just
RoboCop.
the
That
original.
shit's
Like,
fucked up.
2 and 3 is ridiculous though. Like it's like,
Oh
it's
my
like
God,
we gotta
no.
give him a jetpack. We didn't give him a jetpack. They made an action figure with a jetpack, so let's make it put him in there with a jetpack in there. It
I want a
won't make any
jetpack.
sense why he'll need the jetpack because he's fighting people on the street. But like, we give him the jetpack.
Well, he's gonna be able to get to the
Nobody
roof.
else has a jetpack, but he's gonna have a jetpack.
Well, maybe he's got to get to the roof. Like, maybe there's a Jason
Well, he
Voorhees
does. He goes up
teleporting
on a
there.
building stuff, but that part of the scene, if you look at it like in the context,
It
it's
makes
just
no
forced.
sense. I know.
Because he ends
Why
up
does
right back-
RoboCop have a
like
jetpack?
the battle ends up on the street where it's like and I don't know. It's like it looks like it went. Anyway,
I don't know.
It's weird.
Wait,
it's
did
like
they
Detroit
did they
turned
set that in future?
into L.A. Like it was one of those things where it was
What?
like it looked like on the street they were. It just I don't know.
Detroit's
one of
rough,
those
man.
movies.
That's messed up.
But yeah, the original RoboCop, man, that thing still holds up.
It does, but it's still a messed up movie.
Or
Like the
part
whole
where,
thing
like,
behind
they
it.
show off the first thing, the first robot thing is supposed to be the RoboCop thing, and he comes out there and they're like, okay, pick up the gun. And the guy picks, and they're in the boardroom, the guy picks up the gun, and he's like, okay, he's like, drop your weapon, now, and you have 10 seconds to comply. And it's like, count down. He's like, I think you better do what he says. And so he drops it, and he's like, oh, okay, and they're all laughing and stuff. The
Still
thing's
kills
still
him.
counting down, and it's like, oh, what the? He's like, look. He shoots him, and then the guy comes up to the the CEO or whatever, and he's like, this was just a glitch. It's just a minor glitch. He's
Just
like, a minor glitch? A dude just got
Just-
wasted in front of us at the board
Yeah.
meeting, and you're telling me that was a glitch?
Oops. Oopsie.
Oh, we'll fix this with some software. Like, it's like, it really holds
Man.
up to modern times where it's like,
So
it's
funny.
like, if any company asked to make a RoboCop, no.
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 No, because I see how like a glitch, somebody could be dead, and it's a glitch. It's a glitch.
That's messed up. That's not a glitch.
That's messed up.
That's a
yeah,
straight- but yeah, that's not a glitch.
That's catastrophic
Not a
failure.
glitch. No.
I would not call that a glitch.
No.
You could even call it a series of cascading failures. I don't know, but like
yeah,
not a
I'd
glitch.
say they screwed up when they
A
started that
glitch.
one.
It's like
No,
it's like
glitches, whatever.
It's like them calling the Shibuya incident an incident. Shibuya's destroyed. It's an incident.
It's about JJK.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like there's things that people say that are too
That don't-
far.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, you're minimizing
The
that
incident's
is.
not an
It's like
incident.
there's something there. Like biodegradable
God.
cars. Like Mercedes did that one time, and like they were.
What? I
Yeah, they were
missed that.
gonna-
I'm so glad.
Yeah, they were.
That's my no.
If you didn't drive them enough, they would start to break down. So
What?
thankfully they did it. Yeah, that was the thing about
Oh,
that.
that's just stupid. Oh my God, why? Ugh, that's
And yet,
that's awful.
I'm.
Anyways,
So if anybody knows where Chris Harris is gonna end up since Top Gear is over,
oh, it's over.
let me know. Yeah, some people got hurt.
Oh. Wait. Some people got hurt, and
Well,
like how badly? Like near
somebody
death?
somebody rolled a Morgan, a 3-wheel Morgan, and it was not good.
So
But, he didn't die, but like it got really
Richard bad or worse?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But anyway, like apparently there was a lot of stuff being some safety concerns and stuff not being thing, and so
Wow,
the
they
rest of
catch
the Top
that
Gear-
now.
I think the other Top Gears are still going. Like the one in the USA, I think that, and the other ones are still going. Nothing was as good as the British Top Gear. Like,
No,
I'm
can't
sorry.
beat that.
I'm sorry, dude, and like nothing beat the old trio either.
No.
Nothing. But I love Chris Harris. Like, and so I watched the newer one because of Chris Harris. The other two dudes, they were fine, but like,
Yeah. Chris Harris was cool though.
Chris Harris was awesome, and the original
Yeah.
trio was
Jeremy.
awesome. And
Jeremy's the shit.
I still, I nothing but love for Jeremy Clarkson, but like I cannot watch Clarkson. I do not have the time for watching Clarkson farming.
Yeah.
I can't. His farm.
He's a trip.
I want to watch it. I just don't have the time.
I love it.
To watch you do that. Like
I always find
I can make the time when you're gonna drive a car.
Indeed.
And do something zany.
Right.
You know.
But the farming doesn't work for you.
Farming is like.
That's more my speed. That's more something I always look at.
I bought an E46 BMW because of Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have that car anymore. But I got that because Jeremy Clarkson said it was a good car.
Yeah, that was one of his most glowing reviews of a car, I think.
Yeah, and he didn't even like BMWs like that.
No.
It's great. But yeah, like that was a thing. But anywho, talking about cars and other stuff and movies and stuff. But anyway,
it's okay.
Yeah, there's another tool of the week video. There's more of that coming. I've got some interesting stuff coming up. It's not just going to be guitars. Like I think the next, I'm doing a synthesizer one and some other stuff. But there's some other stuff that, it's going to be all kinds of stuff too, like pedals and sometimes little tools and stuff like that, like EBOs, you know, because
that's the thing.
You can't not love an EBO.
Yeah, those are cool.
You know, and there's a way to use them too. Like you can, it's different things you can do and stuff like that. But like, yeah, and then we'll go over some more stuff. You know, sometimes it'll be a pedal. Basically, it's like I try to pick a tool that I'm actually, you know. I use everything, but there's some things, you know, some weeks this week something's getting a little bit more love than some other thing. Like this guitar and another guitar have been getting a little bit more love than the other guitars that I have this week. Next week it'll change
because it always does.
Whatever I'm playing with this, it's something I'm recording because I'm always recording new music, and so you know it's like. Sometimes you need a telly vibe. Sometimes you need this monster. This thing can get Stratty and Les Paul. We'll talk about this soon. But
the Rev.
Yeah, the Billy Corgan, the BC1.
The Rev.
Reverend. Yeah, it's awesome. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk about this one another time. But like, it's you know,
so those
whatever
are
the tools that are used and stuff. Like I use all of my synthesizers. I don't use every synthesizer I have on every song. You know, it's like some songs I use. Sometimes I have done that, but like it's not all the time. Sometimes it's one. You know, and it's like because it's got the sound. It's doing the thing that I wanted to do. That I'm hearing in my head, and sometimes it's the easiest thing to do. It's like you know, you can make a lot of them sound like other ones, especially because it's like I have. A few analog, you know, fully analog things. I've got virtual analog stuff, digital stuff, VSTs, you know, control. Like
your microphone.
am not
your
a synthesizer snob.
No.
At all. I'm not a gear snob. Period.
No.
Like it's
whatever works for you. Whatever sounds good for you.
Yeah, it's gonna use a sound. I learned a lot from listening to a lot of records and like being in production and stuff, and also being around that whole, you know, that world, and just you know reading tape op and these different magazines and stuff about this stuff and about processes and stuff. And it's like, you know, The Fragile is my favorite Nine Inch Nails record, and like a lot of stuff on that record that you think is a synthesizer is really a guitar hooked in through some weird pedal or some weird effects chain and stuff that guitar players don't even normally use or wouldn't think to use, and
thinking outside
that
the
kind
box.
of thing. And it's like literally that and stuff. And so it's like I'm amazed at how many people don't realize what's a guitar part on a lot of Animal stuff, because I've really taken that to heart, where it's like, oh, run it through guitar rig, you know. Do that. Those little effects processors, the Digitech, Zoom, Boss, everybody made them. I love using those things because it's like you'll get a guitar sound because you're playing it through a guitar, but it could sound nothing like a guitar. There's a song called Still Fading that we do that like sounds doesn't sound like I it sounds like the only guitar part is this octavey thing that's just playing this riff there, but like the whole thing, the whole main lead part that sounds like a keyboard
It's
is
actually
really
guitar.
Um,
He's pretty
stuff like
selfish.
that.
He's
some,
creative.
it's like and so we'll use. I'll use whatever. I'll use anything. Like that's pretty much how I roll. And it's kind of a similar thing with guitars. It's like I hate when they make a guitar I really want expensive.
Yeah, I think everybody
Not
hates
just
that.
because not even that, because it's like it's like there was a guy I used to hang out with when I first started playing guitar, and he was an old, he was in his 20s, but he worked at Moog Music, and he's one of the guys putting together Moger Fogers. And it was before it was Moog Music. It was Big Briar still then. And so it's like they weren't building the synthesizers yet. They were building theremins and Moger Fogers, and he was one of the guys on the line for making Moger Fogers. But like me and him would talk about that. He played a Dan Electro, and he's like, I see these really expensive guitars. He's like, because we were talking about going to the music store. He's like, I always want to be like, I always feel like if you're really good at playing guitar, you can play a really cheap guitar and make it sound great. And that always stuck with me, But it's like
It's
you get to
true.
where it's like you get to a point where it's like you have preferences for neck carves and stuff. Now for me, I have preferences of the guitar that I'm using for what I'm going to play. So if I'm going to play some flamenco-y style-y stuff or some other stuff, I have guitars for that. If I'm going to play more metal or drop tune stuff and stuff like that, I have guitars for that. It's like it's really one of those things. But anywho, next week it'll be more of performance-y stuff. There's some stuff I'm working out still in this room to make sure. Hey Mecca, but yeah, that's my new favorite rapper. Like seriously, dude, Ryu Black, Ryu Black. We gotta get on that. I gotta get the
The right way to
pronunciation. I
say
gotta
it.
get you to next time we talk. I gotta get you to tell me the right way to say it. But anyway, dude, Perfect 10. I'm telling you, you will like. They got a new single. I'm telling you, like it's.
See, people need
If
to
you're
go.
in like, so if you ever listen to Thavius Beck dialogue, like you'll like this even more.
Yep.
No, this is I'm telling you, like it's. I know when
Shout
something
out.
is awesome. Yeah, and Kana Boon, another a band out of Japan. This is
Yeah.
what these two things of what I've been listening to the most lately, and good old Daft Punk, specifically Discovering Homework. But
Gotta love Daft Punk.
those stuff and stuff like that. That's some of the stuff, and then there's some old favorites like Atari Teenage Riot, 311, things like that. Like it's been
Anything
so
from
you
the
can
90s.
kind of see. Well, you can kind of get an idea, and yeah, about what the kind of next direction stuff that's come, like stuff like this.
What was that?
Foo Fighters, Color in the
Foo
Shape,
Fighters.
the best Foo Fighters album. I don't care what anybody says. Nevermind,
Classic.
the best Nirvana album.
Classic.
I don't care what anybody says.
It is the best.
In Utero is not better.
No, it's
Neither
not.
is Bleach
No.
or Insecticide.
Nope.
Nevermind.
Nevermind's
I'm
the
sorry.
one.
It's just that good.
It is.
The songs, they're all
It's legendary.
there. They're all there. It's legendary for a reason, because it's
Yeah.
that good.
It is.
I love all
Start to
the other
finish.
producers that they worked with. I loved all
Yeah,
But-
but
the producer
Man.
isn't the band,
nope.
and like that's the thing that like I don't like. Like it's like that's one thing I was never a big fan of, like Todd Rundgren style records, where it's like it sounds like that Todd Rundgren made a record with a new band. I want the producer like no, I'm sorry. I want the band's
to stand
voice to speak
Yeah.
through the thing. That's why my favorite producers, team rather is like is Alan Moulder and Flood. Like
Yeah.
if you look at look up all the records that they made, that they worked with the artists, it's like you can't. There's not like they bring out the best of that artist.
Yeah.
So it's not
Sure.
their stamp on things. It's not them doing it. It's like them that relationship, and
They listen to their artists.
yeah, like it's like
Yeah.
take the Fragile, Melancholy, and the Infinite Sadness, and Violator by Depeche Mode, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
okay. You
They
got
don't
these
sound the
people that are
same.
connected to all these records, and like not Mulder on most of, but the point is, you get my point. Like it's like it's like wow.
Thing. Yeah.
So anywho, that's how I feel about that. And Butch Vig is in that caliber a thing. Like the guy,
Yeah, Butch Vig's
Gish, Siamese Dream, the Garbage record.
Never mind.
Never mind. Like it's like.
The guy's the shit for sure. He's badass.
I don't know that I would say that. Yeah, it's like there's not many producers who were better.
No.
It's just is what it is. Like
Nope.
he's
Butch Vig's on the level.
Alan Moulder, Flood, Butch Vig. That's like my top three. But actually, like I'd actually notch Butch Vig right below Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, because it's like, dude, they're getting really good. No, dude,
Well,
like,
yeah,
it's
but
like
they've been doing
they
stuff.
have been killing it. Hesitation Marks is like.
But they didn't start out being like.
If I hadn't had the Fragile the day that it came out, and the thing, but like Hesitation Marks for me did all of what the Fragile did, but in a more With Teeth style package, or Pretty Hate Machine style package, where the songs are complete songs to the thing, and you can jump into any part of it. The Fragile does have an issue where it's like if you jump into the middle of it, it's not as impactful. It's not that it's not good.
Right.
It's just it doesn't hit you the same way as when you put in the left disc and you go from the left to the right, where you listen to this whole thing is like you're watching a movie.
Look, it's like a symphony. You got to go start to finish.
Then it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Then it's like literally like I used to argue it was the greatest double album of all time. And so, it's like, but Hesitation Marks meant like you get all of everything that was right. I love that record. Like I'm huge listener of that stuff because it's still good. It's just so good, and yeah,
it is
that. So it's like anywho. We
So
will see
next week.
You next week.
Back in the live room.
Yes, we'll be back in the live room playing some stuff. I've got some stuff we've worked out. There's some new things and stuff. Like I'm still, it's like there's still gear that I'm still figuring out how I want to use stuff and blah blah blah. So there's still experiments and stuff going on, but you'll get to see this experiment and stuff, and it'll be dialed in. But hopefully we'll have a guitar player by the end of the month, and it'll be more of a band style show. But if not, there'll be me.
And me. You just won't see me. I hide.
And possibly
this
Cooper
is where you get to see me.
He's not working or busy doing something. It's a busy dude.
Right.
So, anywho.
So we will be back then, and don't forget YouTube content every week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and new single out September 27th.
Yeah, if you want to keep up with us, you can
go to the website animalsindenial.com.
Like and share things,
and then go ahead and sign up. Drop your email address there, and you'll start getting the monthly newsletter when I start it. All right. Yes. And on that note,
on that bombshell, we'll see you later.
I